A busy road shut down this morning. How to avoid Madison Road in Hyde Park and when crews think they'll be able to get it back open.
A Cincinnati mom speaking up over her daughter's arrest.
In the midst of throwing her on the police car, he called her the N-word. And she was like, "What? No, he didn't."
What she says the police did right. Breaking news, officials releasing new information overnight surrounding the death of an 8-year-old immigrant who was in U.S. custody.
The whole sky was lit up. It was electrifying, blue, green, white.
New York City's scary sci-fi night. The issue causing the sky to turn from dark to bright blue.
And we're following even more breaking news. 2 inmates on the run from the Community Correction Center in Warren County. We will have more on this story in just a few moments. But first, when you step outside this morning, you might not need a jacket. You may want to put on some shorts. We are waking up to pretty nice temperatures. But Barack, how long does it last?
Yeah, Ryan, it is quite mild out there compared to where we should be. Temperatures are nearly 35 degrees above the norms for this time of year. So here's a quick glance at what's happening right now in your 9 First Morning Live radar. We're looking at a couple of sprinkles possible in Dearborn County, but overall just a lot of clouds around. But when you are driving on the road, you'll get some kickback, so you will need to use your windshield wipers from other cars getting that kickback to you. Here's where the heaviest rain is. It's in Alabama and Mississippi. The bulk of that system that came through our area well now into the mid-Atlantic. Temperature-wise, we are mild. We should be in the upper 20s. We're in the mid-50s. That's 10 to 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So for your drive into work, I'm going to give it a yellow light from the wet roads, mid-50s this morning. When you're driving home, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with temps in the upper 40s and low 50s. Jacqueline, good morning.
Good morning,
Well, right now, crews are working to clean up wind damage and reopen a major east side intersection. As you can see, they spent the early morning hours hard at work. And not on your side, Allie Kramer is live in my neighborhood of Hyde Park, and she says that the chainsaws were pretty loud this morning. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning, Ryan. And man, they were out here about midnight, but I have a great update that just happened in the last 30 seconds maybe. Look at this, wide open here at Madison and Erie. A Cincinnati police officer actually coming this way, still with the lights on, but we watched that officer, just turn the lights off moments ago, actually move those barricades out of the way. Now, kind of odd, he's stopping at a green light here. So I was stopping here because down the way a little bit there, closer to Kendall, I can see some flashing lights still. Now, we are kept at a distance while those Duke Energy crews were working, so we're kind of trying to figure out if it is officially opened yet or not, but it looks like they were letting traffic through, so at least the westbound side of traffic. So I'm going to walk down that way, but again, this is a developing situation. You're seeing the video right now this morning of those crews trying to work overnight, and certainly when the sun comes up and you had to work this morning, you might find some of those limbs, because as Barack has told us, they had a wind gust of 52 miles an hour there at CVG, so understandable why you might have been kept up. But power is back on here in Hyde Park to both Withrow High School and the residents here that live along Erie Avenue. I'm going to cross the street here in just a second and get the latest update from the Cincinnati Police, who, again, kind of milling about out here, but it looks like this is all back open. Guys, we'll check in with you in just a few minutes. Send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Allie. That's a good update there. And that's not the only spot that we are dealing with some downed trees in the area. We're also dealing with that problem in parts of northern Kentucky. So if you typically drive right around Long Branch Road, this is just north of Union here. We do have a downed tree reported in that area as well. Our main interstates, though, are in pretty good shape. We're not seeing any delays. They are wet, so just use a little bit of extra caution out there. I-71 right around Taft. Traffic is on the light side, and really that's true for all of our main interstates that are heading into downtown. Ryan?
Breaking right now, 2 inmates on the run from the Community Correction Center in Warren County. Take a good look at this photo. The sheriff says Logan Michael Lee Fithen was possibly picked up by his girlfriend in a silver minivan around midnight. The sheriff's office says James Warren Adams III escaped. They say both could have left together, and employees did not realize Adams was gone until hours later. Both are facing felony drug charges. The sheriff says more charges could also be filed. If you see them, please contact the Warren County Sheriff's Office. Well, new this morning, police in Norwood are warning you to be on the lookout for coyotes in parks and other public areas. The department posted this warning on its Facebook page, saying the wild animals have been spotted recently in Millcrest Park. They also say in one instance, a coyote was seen on the porch of a homeowner. So coyotes can become aggressive and have targeted small pets in the past. If you see one, don't pet them. Call the department's non-emergency line. Well, happening today, a McDonald's employee accused of shooting at a group of teens will face a judge. Police say Curry Smith got into a fight with 3 teens at the Forest Park location on Northland Boulevard and fired several shots. A bullet grazed one of those teens. They're expected to be okay. Police say Smith admitted to the shooting. He's charged with 3 counts of felonious assault.
It's just one of those things where I have to come out of my comfort zone and speak up for my baby.
Well, right now, a mom speaking out after a Cincinnati police officer is accused of using a racial slur while arresting her daughter. Yolanda Miller says her daughter was at a nightclub Saturday when she says an officer grabbed her, threw her against a car, and used the N-word. Chief Elliot Isaac says Officer Dennis Barnett used the slur after a woman resisted arrest and pushed him. Now, this is all recorded on another officer's body cam video. Miller says there's no excuse for this language, but she's glad it was caught.
And I was so pleased to hear that the police chief was on it right away and that the ball got the rolling, that this wasn't going to be something that would be just swept under the rug like it didn't happen.
Now, she thinks officers need to undergo more racial tolerance training. She also wants an apology from the department and for that officer to be fired. The officer in this case has been placed on desk duty. The body cam video has not been released to the public because this is part of an ongoing investigation. Well, even more breaking news. An autopsy reveals an 8-year-old boy who died in U.S. custody tested positive for influenza. Felipe Gomez and his dad were detained at the border after traveling thousands of miles from Guatemala. He is the 2nd child to die in U.S. custody. Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen is visiting the border today to review her agency's treatment of migrants. Well, you know, no end in sight for the government shutdown. It will likely extend into 2019. The president tweeting, "Have the Democrats finally realized that we desperately need border security and a wall on the southern border?" The Senate meeting for just minutes yesterday, the standoff taking its toll on hundreds of thousands of federal workers wondering when their next paycheck will come.
Who wants to go to work and not know if they're going to get paid or not?
For me, it's just total uncertainty in terms of knowing how to budget for the upcoming months.
Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi is standing firm, promising to fund the government, but not the wall when Democrats take control of the House next week. Well, developing news, have you seen this yet? A sort of sci-fi view making the New York night sky a really bright blue. Now on your side's Jacqueline D'Agostino is here to explain what's going on.
Yeah, so Ryan, the New York borough of Queens literally buzzing overnight, causing officials to reassure many who live in the area that aliens are not attacking.
The sky turning teal in New York, many capturing the strange sight on social media. From up close, the 44th floor, even seen across the river. The strange view stopping people in their tracks.
Thought it was fireworks going off. It was insane. It was a really weird blue color too. I was like, aliens are here.
The cause? A transformer explosion after an electrical surge at a power substation. First responders rushing to the scene, finding no fire, no injuries, and power back on within moments of the explosion. However, LaGuardia Airport losing power, affecting flights during the busy holiday travel time.
We were at our gate, and then the lights started flickering, and then lights went out, and then it was like everyone run, and so everyone ran out now,
and we had no idea what was going on.
The airport is running as normal this morning after a short inspection.
Now, the power outages affected flights for about a half an hour. A spokesman for the New York mayor says there are no air quality issues, but officials are still monitoring the situation. Ryan?
Good to know. An immersive experience right here in the Queen City. Coming up, the brand new technology the Museum Center is introducing today. Also today, Sears across the country could close for good. The one person who could save the department store from bankruptcy.